17 years ago, a nation stopped spending fortunes on weapons, expecting an overnight economic boom. So, why didn't the money materialize, and why do these so-called invisible walls still stand today? Welcome to this deep dive.
Yeah, today we're looking at Sri Lanka's journey, which is, well, exactly 17 years after the official end of its civil war on May 19, 2009.
Right, and our mission today is to really dig into the realities of moving from that post-war silence to, true economic prosperity.
To figure out why that peace dividend didn't pay out, we actually have to redefine who who actually won the peace in the first place.
I mean, the standard narrative focuses almost entirely on the military.
Exactly, the military on the battlefield. But the reality is just so much broader than that.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm.
The real survival of the country came down to, these silent heroes. We're talking about expatriate workers who practically kept the national economy breathing.
By sending all that foreign exchange back home.
Right. And ordinary citizens, professionals queuing up at hospitals to donate blood during emergencies. It's like a massive theatrical production.
I actually really like that analogy.
Yeah, because the actors on stage, they get all the applause, but the show only happened because the stagehands and the electricians kept the lights on.
That collective ownership is so crucial. This wasn't just a military victory. It was, well, it was a societal endurance test. Every single layer of society actively participated in keeping the nation from collapsing.
But, that theatrical analogy actually reveals the core problem. If the whole society chipped in to survive the war, why didn't they all reap the rewards of the peace? And hey, I want you to stick with us to the very end of this deep dive because
It's uncovering where that expected national wealth actually went and why is the real mystery here.
exactly. When the conflict ended, everyone just assumed saving massive amounts of money previously spent on munitions would guarantee economic stability.
But an economy isn't a light switch. You don't just stop buying tanks and suddenly have thriving factories everywhere. The
Mm.
national capital was deeply drained.
Let me just push back on that for the Doubting Thomas listeners out there right now. 17 years is almost 2 decades.
It's a long time, yeah.
Entire countries have rebuilt their economies from scratch in less time than that. So, are we really saying that an empty treasury from 2009 is still the primary thing holding prosperity back today?
No, no, not at all. And that is where we hit the most significant barrier. Capital isn't just held back by empty treasuries. It's held back by instability.
Because investors don't flock to a country just because the shooting stops, right?
Precisely. They wait for the invisible walls to fall.
The invisible walls. You mean the deep-rooted ethnic divisions still lingering in the minds of people in both the North and the South?
Exactly. The physical military checkpoints were removed, sure, but the psychological checkpoints remained entirely intact.
Wow, psychological checkpoints.
Yeah. And true economic prosperity requires fluid cooperation, trust, a unified market. You simply cannot build a booming integrated economy on a fractured social foundation. The absence of violence does not automatically create unity.
So if passively waiting for a post-war boom didn't work because these, mental checkpoints are blocking progress, how does a society actually move forward?
It requires a massive shift toward personal responsibility. I mean, true peace isn't just the absence of war. It is a society governed by justice, equality, and economic freedom.
And you can't just legislate that into existence.
No, you really can't. Citizens themselves have to become the new guardian deities of the nation, actively working to heal past wounds without casting blame. It's about individuals deciding to tear down their own mental walls.
Which completely answers our initial question, actually. The economic boom didn't arrive because true prosperity requires way more than just stopping a physical war.
Right.
It demands that everyday citizens actively dismantle those invisible mental walls and, like you said, take personal responsibility for national harmony.
You absolutely cannot rebuild an economy while the minds of the people are still at war.
Man, that is so true. Well, thank you all for joining us today for this deep dive. If this sparked your curiosity, we highly request you to revisit King's Academy for more knowledge and analysis just like this.
And please let us know your opinion in the comment section. We read all posted comments and reply as soon as possible.
We really do. And as we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final thought to chew on. If a physical conflict takes decades to fight, how many generations does it actually take to dismantle a mental one?